it's not about the money spent, it's about the money that comes back. So if you've got, just round numbers, if you spend $50,000 creating a lot, that's worth $150,000 when you're done. You know, you're net $100,000 on that transaction.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. Is there risk involved? Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, can you get skunked? Yeah, you can. Okay, so this is the parcel that we're standing in right now. 3+2 bungalow. Actually extend the municipal roadway over to here so that we get a little bit more frontage on this parcel of land. In order for me to get the severance, we've already spoken with the city. One of the things that they wanted me to do was map out.
What is up, you guys? Matt McKeever here, and so we have another Ryan Carr video for you, and I'm really excited about this one. It actually deals with land severance. So in this case, what happened was Ryan bought a parcel of properties. It was actually 2 properties. They at one point in time would have actually been on separate titles, but somehow the titles got merged. This is something that frequently happens when someone buys a property and then buys an adjacent property. It's something a lot of novice investors don't realize, and it can actually have a major impact on the ability for you to resell your property and will limit your exit strategy. So you're definitely going to want to pay attention to this video. Smash the like button if you're enjoying the videos with Ryan Carr. Hit the subscribe button if you're new to my channel, and otherwise, I'm going to let Ryan take it away. What is up, YouTube? Matt McKeever here again with Ryan Carr. So we're actually coming to you from, this is Oshawa or Whitby?
This is Oshawa.
Oshawa.
Yep.
So we're in Oshawa. And so we're checking out one of Ryan's projects today. And so, yeah, do you mind maybe giving us a quick breakdown on what the story is with this?
Yeah, so this is one that I found by accident, actually. So 3-bed, 1-bath, you know, grandma's bungalow type of deal. It's got some severance opportunity, which we're going to talk about a little bit later.
Oh, right, yeah.
On the other side of the lot, which is really cool. Yeah, I found this one by accident. I came down the street just to grab a sandwich and like change my shoes, and I looked up and here's this real estate sign that I had never seen before, and it had never come through my email. And that very day we called, put an offer in, and the very next day we were the owners of this place.
So this was on realtor.ca. It was like an active listing.
It was, but I'd never seen it, and it had sat for maybe 2 weeks. And nobody put in any offers, and we came through, and I was like, wow, fixer-upper, lots of opportunity here. And that's just sort of how it came about. It was total fluke.
Interesting. So it sounds like probably some people didn't see the full opportunity, and you're going to kind of break down for us today what the opportunity is.
It's all about the opportunity.
All right, let's do a tour. So what's the story? What was this when you got it? A single family?
Yeah, just straight single family home. So like I say, typical grandma's bungalow, older finishings, not a lot of upkeep over the years. We're missing some parts to the kitchen. The bathrooms are kind of rough. The basement was wet and unfinished. So that's exactly what I look for. Go in, waterproof everything, like do it all fresh, do it all again, make it all clean and modern, and we'll have a beautiful product in the end.
Awesome. So will this stay a single family home?
Duplex.
Duplex.
Yeah,
okay.
we're doing 2 units. So straight basement apartment in this one, which I do sometimes depending on the opportunity. So basement apartment here, and then the severance on one side.
Okay, cool. So maybe break down for us what's going on here.
Absolutely. So what we've got here in front of us, we started the demolition. So demolition basically entails getting rid of all the old and making room for the new. This year we want to open up and make open concept. So when we do our renovations, we're thinking about future use, future performance of the property, how will it refi, what's going to look like for the tenants and stuff like that. So this is actually getting a beam put in to make it open concept to connect the kitchen to the living space. The beam is going to extend all the way back here so that we can get it on to a proper footing. That means a lot of opening up and demo and stuff, but in the end, we'll have a better product.
Yeah, as we can see, guys, this was like super choppy, right, to begin with. So, and then, so will you be blocking this off for the basement apartments? Or?
Exactly. So pretty standard fire separation here. You got your side entrance, you got your front entrance. In this case, we have a rear entrance as well.
I saw that. Yeah.
But, yeah, these are going to be the 2 main points of entry and exit. So fire separation right there. Little closet. That's how they get in downstairs. In here is living space. So we've got this really cool medallion in the ceiling. I think it's kind of neat, so we're going to keep it. A lot of people would peel this stuff out, but some of the old characters kind of need some time, so we're going to hang on to that. Otherwise, this is just going to stay standard living space. Over and behind me, there used to be some French doors.
I saw there's kind of some interesting posts here too, right?
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, so these posts here, you can probably get this on B-roll after.
Yeah.
These posts here, they're going to come out. There's this dummy bulkhead up top. That's going to come out. We got this like golf ball crystal chandelier thing. That's going to go, and this will become a bedroom.
Oh, okay, great. And so the door will just be off here and that'll be blocked?
Exactly, so doorway there, we peeled all the old doors out. They were all like that old style latch where it's got like that square cassette that goes on the door,
yeah.
like antique style,
Yeah.
so they have to go because they can't be repaired.
Hard to match, yeah.
Tenants wreck stuff, right? So you gotta think about that moving forward. Not only how do you build it now and be cost effective, but down the road, when you have to go to fix something, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, and so for flooring, like right now I can see we got some older hardwood here.
Yep.
Are you gonna keep it or vinyl plank or what's?
I always go right over the older hardwood. I find the narrow plank look, in my opinion, is dated. So even if you refinish it and do that kind of thing, I think it's a bit dated and you can't really repair it unless you sand it down. So
Yeah.
in this case, because we've got different directions of flooring, we've got different kinds of flooring all throughout, kind of mix match, we'll just go right over top with the laminate and it'll all look brand new and modern.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So let's check out the rest of the house. So we got one bedroom so far.
Yep.
Second bedroom.
One bedroom here, second bedroom here. So at one point, we'll see in a minute, somebody had put an addition off the back of this house.
Yeah.
Not sure why they did that. It's kind of like a mudroom kind of thing. So we got to make use of that space, but to make use of this space, because they've covered up the window when they did that addition, we're actually going to take this window and move it over here.
Nice.
Filling that hole in so they still have natural light.
Makes a proper bedroom.
Exactly.
Yeah. What's the plan in the bathroom?
Plan in the bathroom, we're still working through this right now. So the tile's still in good shape, but the tub is fairly discolored. So we got to see what exactly we're going to do, if we're going to spray the tub out if the plumbing is still good, or if we just fully take it all out and start again. I always like to start with new plumbing and new fixtures and like everything fresh, because I hang on to the properties for long term. If this was a flip and everything was in good shape, you might look at it a little bit differently. But a maintenance issue down the road, for anybody watching, like a maintenance issue down the road, I'm sure you know, like to displace tenants and have leaks and all this stuff is always way more expensive than just to fix it now and hang on to it for however long you want.
Especially when you're doing such extensive renovations to begin with, right?
Like, we're already into it. What's a shower valve for a couple of bucks, right? A little bit of plumbing and copper or PAX, whatever you
And then, so kind of talking about the shower valve, do you try and plan for the future for maintenance? Like, will you try and create an access panel here, or?
Yeah, absolutely. So we were just talking about that when you guys came in. On the back side of this, we're actually going to do laundry, so you can always access the shower valve if you ever need to swap it out.
Yeah.
Keeping the valves off of an exterior wall for maintenance and for freezing is always a good plan.
Yeah, especially top of mind right now, 'cause it's cold.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
like, that stuff happens. I mean,
Yeah.
we had a water meter because it was like -20 in a property that was vacant and the heat was on low, just to keep the bills reasonable. We had a water meter actually freeze up and explode. So,
Jeez.
like it happens. And
Yeah.
then to swap that out, like real math, you're $300 for a water meter here because you got to
Interesting.
replace the meter.
Yeah.
And then you got to get the plumber in and they got to do all this stuff plus whatever mess it creates. So for the $500 that it cost you to swap out that meter because the heat was on too low,
Yeah.
you could have paid maybe $100 in extra utilities and not had the hassle. So
Yeah,
you gotta wait.
we've actually walked through once before on the Wyville Limo Tour property where it was a commercial on the main floor with a couple apartments above.
Yeah.
And they decided to save money because it was all vacant.
Sure.
Shut the heat off and like every pipe burst. And it was just like, we walked in for the showing with a limo full of investors.
Yeah.
And it's just Niagara Falls in their living room, right?
But that's great to
It's
see. Sucks.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
not a great situation, but like for people to see it, like real estate is real.
Yeah.
It's like, it's real. It's people, it's tactile, it's real. So
Yeah, everyone that was on that bus will not make that mistake.
That's
I
right.
can tell you that much.
That's right.
So what's going on here? This is kind of a unique layout.
That's unique, all right. They put an addition on top of this house as well at some point. So it's like addition. So this used to be a bedroom at one time. They put the addition on to give it an extra half story, which will eventually be the master bedroom upstairs, which is kind of
Okay.
cool, giving us the third spot. So in here, we're gonna do some laundry, maybe some stackable units side by side.
Okay, nice.
Box that in to make use of the space. And then in here is just gonna kind of be a pass-through to get to the addition in the back, because like they had all these walls and it totally closed off the space like in the front. So we just said, you know what, let's just drop it. We'll have a nice open concept area to get up to the master. At least it feels like more functional space.
Yeah, all right, let's run upstairs.
Yeah, so this is the master up top. It's basically the full square footage of the house, which is kind of cool. I'm thinking over there is going to be more of like a closet, dressing room, walk-in closet type thing.
Yeah.
Over here, I could see a bed maybe positioned here, or if they want to use it as living space, they could put a couch up here, like whatever they want.
Yeah,
to use it
some flexibility.
For sure.
And so this will end up being a 3-bed, 1-bath unit?
Yes, up top.
Yeah. And so who do you think your tenants will be?
Typical tenant in this area is like 2 parents, 1 to 2 kids, that kind of thing. I mean, for the 3-bedroom units, at least 1 child is common.
Yeah.
My bread and butter is a 2-bed, 1 or 2 bath unit, up and down, because you get less wear and tear. Typically, it's a single person or a couple working, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Less wear and tear on the units, less noise, that kind of thing. But in this case, we had the square footage; it was already here, and the numbers made sense. So we'll just go with the 3-bed, 1 bath unit.
These sort of like you got a lot of square foot, but like as far as like actually really adding significant value up here, it's tough. Right?
It is tough. It is. I mean, we're going to go in. We're going to do the same laminate, maybe even carpet up here. We'll see. Just because the floors have been sheeted a couple times.
Yeah.
But up here, if they want to use it for living space, they can. If they want to use it for bedroom, they can. The opportunity is there. Just having the square footage is always a benefit.
Yeah.
Because to add square footage is expensive.
Yes, absolutely. So you want to maximize what you have.
Have it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's check out the basement. I'm curious to see. It sounds like Ryan's got an interesting project for us to check out.
This is a live job site. I like to film on live job sites so you guys can see exactly what's up. All right, we're going into the abyss.
So tell us what's going on here, Ryan.
All right, so down here we're doing full interior waterproofing on the basement. Wherever possible for a long-term buy and hold property, I like to waterproof the basement. Generally speaking, we're buying properties that are 50 years old, like 1950s, 1960s, 1970s, just because that's the area that we're in.
Yeah.
The service life of the foundation oftentimes is at its limit. So if you're going to go and put 50, 75, 100,000 bucks into a house, you want to make sure that it doesn't leak whenever possible. In this case, it's more economical to do it inside the house. Sometimes we do it outside the house by digging, but in this case, we're doing it inside because we've got a fully open basement and there's some parameters outside the basement. So yeah, I'll take you guys for a tour. So what we got over here, this is the exterior of the foundation. The trenches that we're doing are meant to be a big, or are meant to fit a big O pipe, which is basically a drainage pipe that all of the water, if you had any water coming in from the foundation, would trickle down. There'd be a membrane up the wall. It would catch in the basement here, and it would either go out to the city main or to a sump pump. Generally speaking, interior waterproofing is a little bit less expensive than exterior waterproofing, but again, that depends on the property. What we do is we throw the pipe in there, the drainage membrane up the wall, and then we cement it back over. And then by the time we're done, we've got a fully waterproof basement. It's almost like you're building inside of a tank.
All right, so right now we have a pretty blank slate by the looks of it. So what's actually going to be here for when the tenants move in?
For sure. So back here we're going to have 2 bedrooms, right? You've got to plan around the windows, obviously. Cutting in windows can be an expense. Just try to use the existing windows wherever possible. So, bedroom on the left, bedroom on the right. We're going to have living space here. And then over in this corner behind us, that's where the bathroom was. So there was a second bathroom here, but it was pretty fancy. So what we're going to do is reuse some of that area for a new bathroom, replumb it and all that stuff. And then over behind where the guys are, that's going to be intended for a kitchen.
And do you mind breaking down for someone that's new to investing how you decide where to put the bathroom and kitchen, kind of with the plumbing and making sure where your main stack is?
For sure. So in our case here, we got the main stack behind us, and we exit towards the front of the property, which is this wall back here. Now, trying to keep everything in the same area in terms of plumbing and not necessarily electrical, but in terms of stacks is good because you have to have a certain amount of slope in your pipes, especially your drains, in order for that drain to actually function. So in our case, we're putting the kitchen in the front half of the house. We've also got access to the plumbing stack on this side, and we should be able to tie it with the proper slope where needed. And we exit towards the front of the property, which is this wall back here. Now, trying to keep everything in the same area in terms of plumbing and not necessarily electrical, but in terms of the stacks is good because you have to have a certain amount of slope in your pipes, especially your drains, in order for that drain to actually function. So in our case, we're putting the kitchen in the front half of the house. We've also got access to the plumbing stack on this side, and we should be able to tie it with the proper slope where needed.
And so this will be a 2-bedroom unit. What sort of tenants do you expect to be renting this?
Yeah, single parents, working couples, that kind of thing. I mean, you probably wouldn't have 2 kids down here.
Yeah.
It's about 850 square feet, something like that, 900 square feet.
Yeah.
So, you know, young couple, retired couple, 1 kid.
And so will these windows have to be enlarged, or are they just within?
Yeah, I have to look at the plans. For some reason, I think they're okay based on the square footage of the room.
Yeah.
But we do have to cut an egress window in. I think we're doing that somewhere over here. We might open up that window as well.
Yeah.
I have to double check the plans.
Awesome. Yeah. So how long have you had construction here? How much demo have you had to do? Like, was this fully finished and you tore everything out? Just
Yeah, so this basement had 1 wall, and that's where we're standing, to
Yeah.
make 1 room. I think they used it as a bedroom or something at one time, just based on the finishes that were
Yeah.
in here. But everything else was unfinished, which is great.
Gotcha.
So there wasn't as much demo down here as we typically find in our
Yeah.
basements.
So this is like a fairly extensive renovation, I think, considered,
It would be.
depending on your scope.
Yeah.
But so how long do you expect from start to finish for this to
Yeah, we'll be here probably 3 months.
3 months? Yeah.
2-3 months, something like that. Give or take. Like, there's always that slush time. Like,
Yes.
you can sit at 90% finish for a week or 2, and there's always little things. And
That final punch list can take a while to get done.
the caulking and the this and the that, you know, just to make sure you get there. And to make sure that when the tenants move in, everything is ready.
Yeah.
You know? So we try to actually not live, but like we try to actually use the property for at least a day, like a tenant would.
Oh, great.
Run the laundry, run the drains, run the shower, check for leaks, all this stuff. That was going to function.
Yeah. And so do you have standard materials or finishes that you use on all your properties? Does it vary?
Yeah. Skids of the same floor, skids of the same paint, skids of like skids and skids and skids. It's all the same stuff.
Yeah. So what sort of flooring, like what's the flooring? Is it
Yeah,
light,
it's-
muddy, what?
It's laminate and it's gray.
Gray, yeah.
Gray hides a lot of scratches. It looks
Yeah.
modern. It's easily replaceable.
It's
You can
clean.
clean. It's all that
Yeah.
stuff. So yeah, to keep it all consistent, not just for now, but for maintenance. Like we talked about maintenance upstairs. Coming back in 2 years after a tenant moves out and maybe they wreck something, you've got the same product that you could get.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we're going to be walking outside a little bit because this property actually has a very interesting additional feature or another potential exit or value add, essentially, I guess you could call it.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to learn about that. Let's jump inside. So we're outside right now. It's Canada, so of course it's snowing. But I really wanted to have Ryan kind of break down for us where maybe other people that saw this property and didn't buy it in the first 2 weeks, the opportunity they missed out on, because you noticed something that potentially could really add to your overall return on this investment.
Yeah, for sure. So what you see here behind me, we have the house, but what you guys need to look at on this side is the vacant piece of land. So this parcel itself actually has about 120 feet of frontage across the ground, which is really wide for an in-town lot. It's got enough depth that we can actually build a house and put parking in the rear, believe it or not. And what a lot of people have missed is that land has value. You know, so this property here, when we bought it, or when a lot of people are looking at it, people are thinking like, oh, you know, it's just good for a house, or it's just good for a basement apartment, or whatever. But you're forgetting all the dirt that's on this side that can be repurposed into something new.
Yeah, and so is your plan to sever it and sell, or will you sever and build, or?
I'm going to sever and build.
Yeah.
So the unique part about this is that in Oshawa, they're allowing common driveways to service rear parking.
Oh, okay.
So what I'm looking at doing right now is we actually have to extend the street, the municipal
I
roadway.
wondered about that, because we're on a dead-end street, guys, and actually there's a beautiful little park right across the street, which I think will make for a great selling feature on your infill.
Absolutely. Yeah, so the street, right now we only have about 4 meters of frontage on what would be the newly created parcel.
Yeah.
So if we extend the end of the road, right now it kind of hammerheads. If we extend the end of the road to get to about 9 meters, then we'd be allowed to create a new lot.
Okay.
So in that case, where we stand would be a common laneway.
Yeah.
Right. And I'll draw it actually when we go inside. I'll draw it out on the wall and I'll show you how it's going to go.
Perfect.
Right? Common laneway to parking in the rear. Build a new house on this side, and then you've only got one driveway to plow. You've only got one piece of land that you have to service.
Will you keep this as a rental too?
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
It'll be a brand new duplex.
Yeah. Awesome. So how hard is it to actually extend a road?
So this would be like the extreme the extreme case for creating
Yeah.
a lot. Extending a municipal roadway involves consultants and fees and backhoes and like a ton of stuff.
And there's potentially a lot of money out of pocket, I'd imagine, with no guarantee of a yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're still working through the cost structure right now, but it's going to be in the thousands for sure. But it's not about the money spent, it's about the money that comes back. So if you've got, just round numbers, if you spend $50,000 creating a lot, that's worth $150,000 when you're done. You know, you're net $100,000 on that transaction.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. Is there risk involved? Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, can you get skunked? Yeah, you can. You can. So you gotta mitigate your losses.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm cold, so we're going to get back inside, and Ryan will draw out for us kind of exactly what this is going to look like.
Cool.
Okay, guys. So Ryan's going to break down for us exactly what we were talking about outside, what that actually looks like.
Yeah, so outside we were talking about the severance. I'm an opportunity guy. The opportunity in this case comes from the severance and the basement apartment. Now, I'm going to draw for you what's called a site plan. In severance and land development speak, that's basically saying this is the parcel of land that we own, and this is what we want to put on it in terms of buildings and structures and parking and all the different layouts. So this. Okay, so this is the parcel that we're standing in right now. This won't be to scale. And this is the house. We'll say 3+2 bungalow. That's what we're in right now. There's currently a driveway. Something like that. That's servicing this property. So what we're looking at doing in terms of the severance, I forgot, we got a
Garage,
got a garage back, got a garage back there. Now, what we're looking at doing in terms of the severance is we've got a whole bunch of underutilized space on this side that we can actually go and put a house on. The challenge is that the road stops here. We don't have access to this parcel. So what the city is wanting me to do is actually extend the municipal roadway over to here so that we get a little bit more frontage on this parcel of land, okay? In order for me to get the severance, we've already spoken with the city. We've gone through the process of saying, look, what do you guys want us to do other than this in order to get all the setbacks and all the lot coverages that we need, you know, in order to build this house? They gave me a number of the parameters. We're going to run through that right now as well. So one of the things that they wanted me to do was map out on the site plan where our second house is going to be built. In this case, we're going to put it right over here. Something to be mindful of is what's called a setback. How close are we to the lot line, okay? Setbacks are important because the closer you get to the lot line, you have to change the construction of the house. You have to change the fire separations and all this stuff can get really expensive. So trying to keep standard setbacks so you're far enough away from the lot line is always beneficial. Now, back here, what we're looking at doing is a mutual driveway. We would lose the garage. We would put our parking there. We have one parking spot in the front. On this side, we have 3 parking spots. Not to scale, but kind of staggered in the rear. So that way we've got 3 for this house, we've got 3 for this house. This would end up being a 2+2 bungalow. That's my bread and butter. I like that, right? With some nice green space in the front and out the side yard, and of course access to the park down here.
That's awesome. So when you're starting to talk to the city about this, have you already bought the property? Are you talking to them before you make the commitment to buying the property?
Yeah, so that's where the risk in development comes. So I'm always looking at what's my downside risk if this doesn't work out. Like, do we break even and you know what, nothing ventured, nothing gained, you learned a bit and you try to get next time? Or do you lose a bunch of money and it knocks you out, right? So in this case, I bought the property not really knowing if this was feasible, right?
Yeah.
That was just gravy on top. The price that we paid here was because it functioned as a 3+2 bungalow first, right? This is a bonus.
Yeah, I love that approach. It really minimizes your downside. Worst case scenario, it's going to work for you.
I got a phone call the other day from somebody looking for consulting on something similar to this, right? And they said, well, our lot is extra deep. What can we do? We're around the corner. And I said, well, you've got some opportunities here to sever. But I said, the risk, you could spend thousands and end up with nothing. Are you okay with that? And they said, well, no, I'm not okay with that. I said, no, this isn't for you, right? The opportunity is there. Do we think it's reasonably going to be accepted in the city? Yeah, but just so you know, this
Yeah.
is where we're going. It's like buying a house without a home inspection.
Thanks again to Ryan Carr for taking the time and letting us join him on the job site and actually breaking down for us on the flip chart exactly how this land severance worked. I know a lot of people have questions about land severance and particularly about merged titles as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to learn more about land severance titles, let me know in the comment section down below and maybe we'll try and do some more videos. I know I have lots of people in my Rolodex that are experts at it. I've never done land severance myself, but that's why networking is so important. Your network is your net worth. So again, if you enjoyed this video, smash the like button. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button. And otherwise, until next time, remember, making money is a team sport. There's more than enough money in this world for us to all make it, but if you're not saving it, I mean, like, what's the point? Thanks, guys. Bye.